Welcome back to SBRpicks.com, guys. A massive 12 matchups are hitting the ice tonight in the NHL action. That's a lot of betting lines to sift through, am I right? Well, the good news is you don't have to search around to find the best lines on offer for the action because our handicapper Dave Golokhov selected his 3 best NHL picks for all the Saturday action, and he's here with me right now to talk it all over. Hey there, Dave. Thanks so much for coming on today. How you doing, man?
Good. I'm like the Dr. Phil of gambling. I wade through all the lines and give you the best solutions.
We like that. We like having you around for that. All right, so let's dive right in here and start it off with your first matchup. We've got the Chicago Blackhawks heading over to Cali to face off with the San Jose Sharks tonight. The Blackhawks are on fire as we expected them to turn things up as we got closer to playoff time. They've racked in 5 wins in their last 7 matches. Can we expect to see them dominate the ice again in this one tonight?
I think so. I mean, full disclosure, Chicago actually doesn't play particularly well in San Jose, so keep that in mind. But, just looking at how these two teams are made up, I have less faith in the San Jose Sharks. Chicago is a team that is playing pretty well. San Jose is playing pretty well too. But you take a look at the Sharks before this little hot stretch of 4 wins in 5 games. They were an absolute train wreck at home, losing something like 8 of 9 or 8 straight at home, and just really not playing very well. I know they're fighting for their playoff lives. I just think this is a team that is really tuning out head coach Todd McClellan. Even though this little hot stretch says otherwise, I think on the greater scale, it's a team that knows that they're not a Stanley Cup contender. It's a veteran team. It's hard to convince them that they're going to be doing much of anything this year. And I think you can see that in their performance, again, for the most part, before this little stretch. You take a look at Corey Crawford, 3-0-2 in his last 5 against San Jose. It's so-so, but he's got a 1.74 goals against average. So he's going to give Chicago a chance to win in this spot. Chicago this season, too, they had their issues, but they seem to play better against teams that are playoff worthy or in that range. They slump against teams below 500, kind of play to the level of the competition. So I'm going to take a shot with Chicago. I see the line at -110. I think it's decent value for a team that I think is better than the Sharks.
All right, great pick there, Dave. Now let's move on to the New York Rangers heading into Buffalo to take on the Sabres tonight. Now, Buffalo has only won 5 times in their last 31 games. Seems like easy money to me, Dave. However, the money line is pretty steep, coming in at -325. Would you say it's worth taking such a heavy price risk?
No, I definitely would not play the money line. I mean, the Buffalo Sabres are the NHL equivalent of the New York Knicks. They're facing a huge money line again. But I'm going to take the puck line with the Rangers. So I'm expecting them to win. I mean, you got the Sabres who hardly ever win. You got a Rangers team that is playing pretty well right now. Goaltender Cam Talbot has really settled in between the pipes. Rangers have won 12 of 15. Talbot's got a .966 save percentage this month. The Sabres are pretty weak in net themselves. They've allowed at least 3 goals in 6 straight. I'm just expecting a Rangers win here at any rate. So I'm hoping that they can either get the empty netter or blow them out or do whatever it takes to win by that second goal there.
Yeah, I'm loving that pick too, Dave. All right, so let's throw one more at you here. We got the Montreal Canadiens playing on the road against the New York Islanders tonight. Now, both of these teams are in a bit of a slump recently, so as they go head-to-head tonight, who do you think is going to come out covering that money line? We've got Montreal +105 at 5 dimes last I checked, and the Isles coming in at -115.
Yeah, absolutely. It's both teams slumping, as you said. Montreal has lost 5 of 6. The Isles have lost their way as well. I'm going to take a shot with Montreal. When both teams are slumping, I kind of look to series history, and Montreal has won 5 of 6 in this series. Carey Price has won 4 of his last 5 against the Isles, posting 1.4 goals against average. The Islanders were actually really good at home to start the year. They won 17 of 21, but they've gone 6-7 in their last 13 at home, and I think that's a bit of a concern. The other thing is you take a look at how the Isles have tailed off. the Canadians have still won 7 of their last 9 against teams with a winning record. So even though they're slumping, they still kind of get up for teams that are playing pretty well. The Isles are just 5-8 in their last 13 against teams with a winning record. You know, this is going to be a road game for Montreal with a low total. Isles really don't play a lot of home games with a total this low, so that really tells you that they may not be as comfortable with this pace as Montreal if the game plays out as the odds makers suggest. Isles have only played one game this year at home with a total of 5 or less, and they won that game. It's their only setup. As for the Canadians, they're 16-8 when on the road with a total of 5 or less. So both teams are slumping, but Montreal has the series history. Some of the stats are on the side. Carey Price plays well against the Islanders, so I'm going to take a shot with them as a small road dog here.
All right, fantastic picks there, guys. Lock them while you can get them. Hey, Dave, thanks again for being on with us today.
All right, I'll talk to you soon.
All right, guys, be sure to check back in with us tomorrow for more NHL picks of the day with Dave Golokhov. And until next time, this is Megan Rochester for SBRpicks.com.